I'm Sandie La Nae. Welcome to Psychic Creations. We have a very special tour today at the St. Charles Hotel, we're on location at. And so we are going to go ahead with a tour and a special investigation for all these wonderful people that showed up today. All right, well, what we're going to be talking about today is we thin veil investigators. This is Carolyn, and this is Chantel, and my name is Sandie La Nae, and we have some other veilers that couldn't make it today. They have to work, you know. We have been investigating this hotel since 2005. We have had numerous and fun times, numerous pictures, videos, entities, orbs, EVPs, you name it. We have enjoyed each and every, well, paranormal activity that's going on. We've had some very interesting things, some nice things go on, okay? But we love each and every experience that we have, well, enjoyed here and have discovered so many different entities. I would like to explain a little bit more about we thin veilers, okay? We were born November 19th, 2005. And what a journey that we've been on since, I'll tell you. Now, we have investigated many places, and that includes historical buildings, museums. We have investigated documented haunted houses, like Donna's, and also ruins, okay, ruins, okay, private homes, businesses. We've also investigated many antique stores, cave openings. I won't go into a cave, I'm claustrophobic, but cave openings. And abandoned buildings, cemeteries. Now also, we have investigated fields, meadows, and forests. Not just buildings are haunted, okay? We've also investigated artifacts like jewelry, lots of jewelry. You know, if you go buy something at a pawn shop, whoa, okay? Haunted dolls, okay? Clocks. Yeah, you know, dolls they're like a puppet. They can really carry some interesting entities in them, okay? Clocks. Clocks are very interesting because it's symbolic. It is time. We enjoy time because we know what time it is, okay? Spirits like time because on their side of the veil, there is no time. They like to know time is a milestone. They don't have that over there, so they like clocks. We also investigate paintings and portraits, okay? Furniture, antique stores, oh, whoa. Okay, there's another whoa. They're full, and also dinnerware. I had at one time a Civil War teapot. Oh, boy, the guy that was living that was crazy. All right. Now, buildings, like I was saying, aren't the only things that have entities attached to them, okay? All these things do. So when you get home, look through your antiques. See if there's something that, you know, I bought this like 10 years ago, and I've never liked it. This could be why. You and your energies are feeling something's just not right about that, okay? Well, there's a way to cleanse those. You just put them in sea salt, or you could get sage, incense, and smudge things. You can tell that entity to go away, all right? Now, we dealers have investigated and documented many places in our 10 years. And like I was saying before, we have incredible footage, pictures, EVP, which is ghost speak, okay? Incredible. On my TV show, you can see, well, let me see, I think this will be, what, the 4th show that we've done here in the St. Charles Hotel, and EVP pictures and footage is added, included in the show, so you can see other things that have gone on here. Now, another thing that I really like about we Thin Veil Investigators is that our team members are all psychics and or sensitives. Cool. Well, you can join up today if you want. We all have some kind of ability where we see, feel, hear, get touched, something, okay? Now I'm going to boast. I happen to have an ability. I love it. I can see the people that have crossed over. It's very cool. It's very weird at times, but it's very cool. Now, like with Carolyn here, she is what we call a physical sensitive. She can feel a spirit. If they're close to her, even if she walks into a building, she'll instantly get headache, nausea, okay? And it's like she'll get that sometimes before I even see them. Chantel over here happens to be an empath. And what that means is she feels the spirits. Many times we'll go into a place that might have had some drama or tragedy. She'll start crying because she feels that sad energy again. Or she'll get angry because that spirit is just not a happy camper wherever we go into. So she's an empath. We have had team members too where I call them an audio sensitive. They hear the ghost speaking all over the place. Okay? And then we've also had environmental. That's when you walk in, or not even into a building, but you just kind of go, oh my gosh, it's full in here. You just know. And that's including an area, okay, a meadow or a forest. You can walk in and go, oh boy, look at them all just standing right over there. They can feel their environment, okay? So we just do all kinds of fun things like that. We do use, devices. We have digital and tape recorders and a ghost meter, and we have our cameras, of course. But basically, we're pretty low tech. We like to use dowsing rods, which are here, to use dowsing rods to communicate with the spirits. And we also just use a lot of this kind of stuff. I think y'all got your little packets of ghosts love to move things. So we have things that the ghost can, move in communications with us outside of using the ghost meter or moving the dowsing rods. Many times we've put down a string or a bead or a playing card, and we come back and, if we happen to leave the room, we'll come back and it's moved, or it's moving right there in front of us while we're asking questions. Ghosts love to move things, so try it in your own home. Puts down some things for you, or for the spirits to play with. They love that. They really do. Cool. All right, now, with the St. Charles Hotel, we love to show this off. Have been for 10 years, and we're so happy that you're all here so we can show it off to you today. It was built in 1862, okay? And it holds the esteemed honor since 1862, this has been a working hotel, or the old-fashioned word, hostel. It has never closed its doors to being a hotel or a boarding house. So that's pretty cool. That is very cool. Now, when it was first built, actually it was two hotels. The two-story was the Mueller Hotel. Right next to it, that was built 1 month later, was the St. Charles Hotel. So there was actually two individual hotels here. And then in 1894, a man by the name of Briggs bought both places, and he opened up this archway here, combined them, and now it's all the St. Charles Hotel. So you've got a two-story and a three-story St. Charles Hotel now. Now, this poor hotel had its name changed 6 times. St. Charles Hotel, the Briggs House, that's the man who opened up the wall and combined it. And then it was called the Golden West Hotel in 1910, Travelers Hotel in 1928, Page Hotel in 1946, and then the Pony Express Hotel in 1953. And then from 1953 until 1993, this deteriorated to where this was Ghettoville. Not just here, but this whole neighborhood. And you can see pictures in my book too, which, if I'm going to butt in here, I've got my books for sale up here too, okay? This place deteriorated to where it was just an eyesore. An eyesore. Well, all of a sudden, here comes Bob McFadden. He was a wonderful man. He bought this place. He kicked out the people that were living here, and he restored a lot of it, okay, to where it became this wonderful, wonderful, magical building again. And one thing he did was he gave it back its magical name, the St. Charles Hotel. Now, he worked on this for 10 years. He worked on this day and night for 10 years. Then he thought, okay, I think it's time. And he sold the hotel in 2004, and as fate would have it, 3 weeks later, he died. Isn't that something? But now the owners are Mark and Jenny Lopiccolo, and they have even refurbished this further. And then in 2007, I believe, in 2008, Firkin and Fox was coming in, and so they really had to refurbish like the outside, you know, and they had to lift up the building, and big fissures happened in the staircases in certain rooms that they had to fix, because when they lifted up the building, it just, well, it didn't want to lift up. It was all comfortable, settled in on its, you know, its trajectory, or its plane like that. And you'll see too when you go upstairs, there's a room way over in the corner where the floor is literally like that. It's funny. We call it the tilted. All right. Now, Firkin and Fox and the Lopiccolos helped bring this back to, well, this and the neighborhood back up into its most, well, beautiful neighborhood. You know, Firkin and Fox has got all those lovely tables and the planters and the things. And then it helped everybody else in this neighborhood just really raise up their stores, their streets, their buildings, everything else too. Because believe me, this was a bad place through here. Nobody wanted to come here. It was that bad. So, all right. Now, let's see. This building was built for elegance, and it's really nice that Bob McFadden and the Lopiccolos turned it back into that. At the time this was built, it was, like I said, built for an elegant hostel. They had meetings here for the legislatures, okay? All kinds of entertainers were here, like, well, Mark Twain, he was always here. He's always around here somewhere. And Ada Menken, she was a scandalous horseback rider in her day. She would do tricks on her horse with hardly anything on. So I was like, woo! Okay, a lot of dignitaries, a lot of senators, a lot of everybody came here to have their meetings. Okay? Cool. Some of the people that we are going to be investigating today are residents that I'm going to put quotes around that residence, because these are spirits that have passed away in this hotel that are still here. Okay? Now, when we first came in here to investigate, this building was built in 1864. So when we were going to investigate this our very first time, we thought, oh boy, you know, Cowboy Power and, you know, Jesse James and, you know, all the really cool people. No. The spirits that we discovered all passed away in the mid-2000s to today. So I was like, well, that's pretty cool too. Now, all these people, they have lived in the hotel, which there are 4 residents now that have lived here. I think Mary's been here like 14 years. Okay? Then there's also rooms that, you know, you can rent too, being it's a working hotel. Now, one of the residents that we have found in this hotel, which I just love, is Irish Fighting Pat Duncan. In the 1970s, he was the heavyweight champion, number 7 of the world. He was that close to fighting Muhammad Ali. And so, somebody else, I think it was Bubner, yeah, he took over that championship. But after he aged, and of course he had to get out of fighting, he was tossed out like yesterday's garbage from the boxing affiliations and also his family. So he spent his last 8 months here in the hotel. Yeah. And he's still here. He loves to hang out in one of the staircases. And so when we do walk around, I'll show you where he's at, because he loves to have people come and visit. Okay? Which Phil, his room was at the end of this hallway, and I wish we could get in there, but it's been rented out right now. He hates women and he pulls your hair. He won't grab a big hunk full. He'll get 2 or 3 little strands and it hurts. So if you happen to be in this area out here and you're feeling somebody tugging, just say, Phil, knock it off. Okay. All right. Now, down the hallway here, in room, I believe, 211, was a man that lived here by the name of Steve. Very nice man, a little simple-minded, but he loved to have people come and visit him. Well, he still does. Now, there happens to be a trash can that's keeping his door open because for some reason it always wants to close. If you happen to get in that room and the door closes all the way, knock, because somebody will have to come and let you out because he loves people to come visit him so much he'll close the door and he won't let you out. Okay? He's not mean about it, he just likes company. So, not trying to scare you, but if you get in there, make sure that trash can is holding the door open so you can get back out, okay? All right. Now, just right down the hallway, we have a man by the name of Norm. If you happen to hear men's laughter, like, where's that coming from? Probably Norm. He loved to laugh. He was a jokester, loved to laugh. He loved life. And then upstairs, we have a man by the name of Will. Now, if you brought your cameras and you're taking pictures and you see orbs in them, that's more than likely Will, because he just guards and walks up and down that hallway. That's his hallway because his wife still lives upstairs. Yeah, so he's making sure everybody's safe up there. Okay, can't get into Guy's room. I wish we could though, because somebody, before he moved in, somebody painted these awesome Egyptian murals on all the walls. They're really cool. You can see some here, but that'd be cool if we could see him. All right, let's see here. I talked about Larry. Okay, he's always on these stairs. Although he did have a room down one of the long hallways here, he didn't really spend that much time in it. Okay, he was too busy walking up and downstairs, just making sure everybody's okay, seeing his friends. All right. Okay, now. Something just happened today to Michael, my producer. Hi, Michael.
Hello.
Inside here, there's down this one hallway. We'll show you because we'll walk around with you and answer your questions. Down this one hallway, there's a little museum there. Now, I happen to have a haunted painting in there. Okay. Now, that haunted painting was very interesting. About 2 days after our very first investigation here, Linda, the caretaker here, she called me, she says, do you know where that painting went to? And it used to hang on the wall down the hallway, actually next to Larry's room. And I said, no, we wouldn't have done anything with it. I mean, not that she was blaming us, but it's like, we wouldn't have done anything. Almost 4 years to the date, minus 1 month, Linda was opening up the hotel for the morning, and there's a conference room down there, and she looked in, she thought, something's wrong. She looked in, she turned the lights on, and here was that painting, minus its frame, leaning up against an old dresser. And so she called us, she said, get down here. So we did. And it's like, there it was. It's like, oh my gosh, that is so very cool. Now, twice I have had a resident by the name of John Woods. He's not here anymore, but he moved away, didn't cross over. Yeah. And he called me, he said, there's something wrong with this painting, come down here now. Well, when I first saw the painting, I could see like this black ribbon. It was something evil, something icky, something running around in this painting. And it's a dark painting. It's this river and the trees and the mountains. And it's a dark painting. And so I came down and I went, oh, well, no wonder. I said, there's a spirit in there, it needs binding. So what I did was I bound the spirit. What that means is I told the spirit it can't leave. It has to stay in the painting. Time goes by. John was wearing a silver band's bracelet. He calls me again. He says, you really need to come down here and take care of this painting again. Well, I came down, and he was fooling with the painting. I think he was painting the walls in that room or something like that. Anyway, he reached up and touched the painting, and his silver bracelet actually burned his skin. I mean, not agonizingly, but it was like a horrible sunburn, okay? So I could see that the spirit inside this painting was acting up, so I bound it again, okay? This time for good. He can't, the spirit can't get out. What I would like for you to do, though, is if you feel like going into that museum and seeing the painting, go ahead and touch it. It's not in a frame, it's not behind glass. Go ahead and touch it, because everybody gets a different reaction from it. They'll feel that it's cold. They'll feel that it's pretty warm, not hot, but pretty warm. They'll get headaches. They'll get nauseous, okay? Some people don't feel anything. Some people start feeling that way the second they set foot across the threshold into that room, okay? So if you feel comfortable, go ahead and give it a try. Let us know, and let us know everything. If you're feeling, hearing, knowing anything on your journey today, when we go on the investigation, let us know. We like the participation, okay? Now, what happened though, is I want to continue with the painting. Michael got here before all of us, and he knows what rooms to open up, you know, that they're not being rented out or anything. And he looked at my haunted painting, and it was right side up, okay, hanging there, just doing its own thing. And so when we all got here, I wanted to go say hi to my painting. It was upside down. Michael said, that wasn't that way a little while ago.
It's like an hour ago. It was,
an hour?
Because I looked at it because it gives me a headache, it makes me sick, and I always wonder, like, why do I go in there? But I just want to turn the light on so people know to go in there.
Right.
And then that stupid thing, and I asked if Lee did it, and you said no one touched it. So
Yeah. Oh,
it was only an hour ago, and it's upside down when she goes in there. It was just like,
Yeah.
I'm now really going to stay out of there. You know, if it's upside down now, I'm not going to go in there again.
Oh, come on.
But no, I'm serious.
I've
I've already taken 2 pills, 2 aspirin, you know, and how much can I afford here?
Well, as long as we're on this thread, I want to tell you, we had an investigation in February, and there's a room upstairs. I'll show you which one it is. I do not like to go into it because there's something in there that is just not pleasant, okay? Well, we had an investigation and tour one evening, and Michael took the camera around to get people's reactions and, you know, ask them what they were feeling. He goes into this one room, and all of a sudden you hear this very loud smack. He says, ouch, and another guest came in and says, what happened? And he said, I just got hit. Well, he hurried up and came out of his room. You could tell he's wearing glasses. His glasses were completely bent. The frame of his glasses were completely bent.
Well, if you notice, these are cheap ones because my glasses that got hurt are $500 because I'm on air. These are specially made. And it hit me so hard, these things were all bent. And it took me like a month to get them unstraightened again because, you know, I do TV shows too, and I don't want to have this on my face. So I got my cheap ones on in case it happens again. So I was upset because that's how I breathe. I couldn't even breathe from the 3rd floor down here to get my oxygen, and Sandy thought maybe he was just trying to get me out of there. But what happened was, we did a tour before, and Sandy said this room gives you the creeps. So I already knew better. So like months later, probably 6 months later, I'm following, I call her Angel for privacy, but because she was on our show as for Angel cards. So she walks in, and then I look out the window at Mom and Pop's. Just, oh, look, it's a good view. And look around, and she's gone. I'm like, oh, it's dark in there. But I look back out the window, and I see a reflection of a lamp on a dresser. And I look back, there's no lamp. So it was really cool to me to see a lamp in the reflection, but no lamp. So I'm kind of fixated on this stuff. All of a sudden, Angel comes back, and kind of a big guy who had been doing tours with you before said, if there's anybody in here, give me a sign. And then Angel is a psychic, and she said, the ghost just said, the sign is. So I said, let's get out of here. You know? So the big guy left. The Angel stopped at the bathroom, and I'm behind her, and I got, you know, the camera and my tank. All of a sudden, we're out of time because I got hit here. The tank went down too, and so that took out the, you know, more of the oxygen. That thing's all bent up, and then we're out in the hallway, and there was a Debbie Lynn.
Debbie Lynn?
Debbie Lynn, she went in there and started yelling at the entity. It came out and went right through me, and Debbie Lynn was feeling my face. It's all hot on one side, and she said she just felt something cool on the other side. It was like, ooh, that's looking at the shakes thinking about it.
Right,
But it was,
I told the entity, no, that's unacceptable.
If you get a vibe of leaving, leave, because that wasn't cool.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Any of the rooms you don't feel comfortable in, don't stay there. Yeah, because it's, they're, just don't stay there.
Yeah, I had the warning, the psychic said leave, but she got distracted by the bathroom. But it was cool last time. Another person who's also a psychic said, "I'm sorry you were mistreated by women," and I'm like hiding behind her because I'm now a coward. But I could tape it from a distance because we have close up. And all of a sudden we saw all these orbs like coming towards her, and I think we had from film last time. And then it looked like a dog or some cat or something was in there too. And then he forgave that lady. I don't remember her name, but I didn't even know how she knew that guy who was mistreated by women. It was just it totally came out of nowhere.
Okay, sure, yeah.
So that was what happened last time.
Yeah.
So, but it was a total different feeling afterwards of like at peace because somebody had said something like they cared.
Sure.
So
sure.
maybe
Was that the one that you said hated women?
No, this is another one upstairs.
Oh.
Yeah, because
actually in the room where he got
when we were taking pictures, we had like an orange glow on the floor. It was really freaky.
308. Yeah, 308. We'll take you around, show you, because I wanted to say too that there's a lot of spirits that we have discovered and that are still there even after all these years. There's a cat. You'll hear a cat meow. They were doing some work in the attic about 10 years ago when they found a carcass of a cat out there. Now also too, I'm also saying this, if you have your recorders, so if you get like EVPs or something, okay, there's also a little boy here. Just cute little guy, but he's always calling for his mother. It's really kind of heartbreaking. So, and then upstairs, there's a prostitute that was here. They didn't really allow them to come here, but there were houses in this area, and one decided to come here. And the first time that I discovered her, she was kind of in a ratty yellow dress, and she was angry. I mean, angry. And I asked her, I said, "Why are you so upset?" She said, "I had some fun, and he shot me before he paid me." So she's still angry because she didn't get her money.
Wow.
In that room, the bed, for some reason, it seems like every time you're here, there's some kind of indentation of someone sitting there.
Oh, that's another room.
Oh, that's not the same one?
No, this.
Oh, okay.
No, I see her in the hallway, but in room 310,
Okay.
there's a grumpy old lady there that sits on the bed. Now, she'll slam the door on you, which happened to another thin veiler. He was just walking out the room, wham! It hurt his back of his foot and his heel. So she's a grumpy old lady. Now there's also, this is funny, if you happen to hear right out in this hallway here 2 people arguing, well, those are spirits that for some reason are just, I think they're a couple, probably not a very happy couple, but they're arguing. That's been heard quite a few times. Now also in room 309, okay, it's upstairs too. This room does weird things. I walked in there and I had my camcorder going, which I had like up to my face basically, and I got hit with ectoplasm. And I didn't even know it until I got home, put my memory card in the computer, and then I see all this water splash.
I saw that on the website.
Oh, did you see that one? It's like, I didn't feel it, didn't hear it, nothing. It's like, wow. So look for some of those things. Kitty, 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 kitty.
Get yourself some food, kitty cat.
Kitty, 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 kitty. Come on. I saw ya. I saw you. You came to look at the camera. There you go.
We're gonna meow.
Wow, look at that.